Hi, this is Chris for Drums Bonedo. The Ludwig Accent is the most affordable entry into the brand's range. Today I'm checking out a 5-piece Ludwig Accent Drive set, including hardware and cymbals. Here we go. The Ludwig Accent Drive, as this version with the 22-inch bass drum is called, contains the following components: 22x16 bass drum, 10x8 and 12x9 toms, as well as a 16x16 floor tom. Also included is a 14x5 snare. The shells are covered with a wrap in the color Black Sparkle and are made of poplar wood. I'm pretty sure that the shells used here are identical to those used on the well-known Breakbeats Questlove kit. The package also includes a hardware set consisting of a single bass drum pedal, a hi-hat machine, a snare stand and a straight cymbal stand. There are also 2 cymbals from the Wuhan company from China included, a 16-inch crash and a 14-inch hi-hat, which are made of brass. A simple drum stool, a tuning key and a pair of drumsticks are also included in the package. The whole kit is made in China, as you would expect, at a price of just under 500 euros. The Accent is also available as a Fuge version with a 20-inch bass drum and a 14-inch floor tom. As with an IKEA piece of furniture, you have to show a lot of personal commitment after the unboxing. In other words, apart from the snare drum, all 4 other drums are still without heads. So you have to do a bit of assembling before the set is complete. However, an instruction manual is not included. The heads of the tom-toms are 2-ply versions, which is rare in this price range, and are marked with the Ludwig logo. The much thinner, resonant heads must therefore be mounted on the bottom of the drums. The bass drum has pre-damped heads on both sides. I placed a small pillow in the drum for the recordings, but this is not included. The 5-ply shells are manufactured surprisingly well, and the wrap is also neatly glued. The toms have 6 lugs per side. The snare and bass drum are tuned with 8 tension rods per side. Even though a tube of lubricant is included with the set, I had no problems fitting the heads. All screws run smoothly and evenly. With the 2-ply tom heads, however, you can see that they show wavy patterns even when tensioned. As expected, the fittings and hardware are rather simple and of lightweight design. This is particularly noticeable on the snare and tom hoops, as well as on the snare drum throw-off. The stands also seem rather fragile, but do a decent job for learning the first beats. The seat is also more suitable for children and has a fairly hard cushion. What I find really cool is that the design borrows from the more expensive Ludwig sets in many places. For example, the screws on the tom holder are a little fancy looking, and the pedal boards of the bass drum pedal and the hi-hat machine are also somewhat similar to their bigger counterparts from the Atlas series. So in the upcoming first part of the Soundfiles I play the set with the factory heads and the included cymbals. The snare drum has a good bite when tuned up. It really sounds like the Questlove breakbeat snare, really funky, but it goes out of tuning quite quickly with rim shots, so I would recommend use a tool like the Lug-Logs with it. Since I'm also not so happy with the sound of the glassy resonant heads on the toms, I got a bit ambitious for the second take, so I replaced both tom heads with brand name models. Remo Ambassador coated on top and Evans UV1 on the bottom. The snare has an Ambassador coated head. I also added 2 B20 cymbals from my collection. The bass drum, although it sounds quite good with the pillow and the unported resonant head, you can of course make it a bit more kicky. To achieve this, I put an Evans EQ3 resonant head on it. Here's how it sounds. So here's my conclusion. Of course, for just under 500 euros you shouldn't expect too much from the Ludwig Accent. But as a beginner you get everything you need to get started. The double ply heads on the toms are robust, so you don't have to upgrade them immediately as with a lot of other entry-level kits. And the snare drum can sound quite funky when tuned up. I think it's one of the best models in this price range. And the tonal balance with the bass drum also works. However, the hardware is quite light but does its job for the first drumming experience. I would have liked a stronger spring tension for the bass drum pedal in particular. The clear weak point are the awful sounding cymbals, which are probably the first thing I would want to upgrade. There's also only one crash cymbal included and not a second ride cymbal. As this test shows, you can get a whole lot more sound out of the Accent with better cymbals and branded heads. Direct competitors are likely to be the Tama Stage Star, the Yamaha Raiden and the Drumcraft Series 3. Even cheaper is the Millennium Focus, which is similarly equipped. So that's it for today. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. You can leave a comment, and if you're interested in the Ludwig Accent, you can scan this code with your smartphone or check out the purchase links in the video description below. I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye!